My name's Eddie. I live in a big mansion with my Aunt Freda. My parents died when I was 6 in a big fire, and I was left all the fortune and the house. I'm now 17 years old. It's my birthday in a month, and I'll be able to spend all my parents' fortune and use it to help people and, of course, carry on the family business. Me and my aunt have a great relationship. She was there for me when I lost him and decided to move in with me and quit her big movie roles just to be with her nephew. I will always be forever grateful to her. It was a Sunday morning and the sun beamed through the window. I woke up and looked at my phone. It read 9 a.m. I can't believe it, I said to myself. Every day I'll go to bed at 3:30 a.m. and get up at 9 a.m. I just could never sleep long enough. I thought to myself, what shall I do today? I decided to get up and go down and make breakfast. I walked down the winding stairs. I had to jump off the last 3 steps because it made a loud noise when you walked on it. I didn't want to wake my Aunt Freda up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday. She'll kill me. See, Mass was at 12. My aunt loved to get a good sleep in before it. I got some cereal and a cup of orange juice, and as I sat there, my dog Rex ran in. Rex was the best dog you could ever get. He was a black, cuddly, staffy dog. "Oh, come here, you Rex. You're such a good boy," I said to him. He wouldn't stop licking my face. "Rex, Rex, stop. It's too early for you." Rex looked at me and started crying, and I rubbed him again. He's such a lovely dog, would make you want to rob him. I heard the door open. I looked, and it was my aunt's boyfriend, Dave. I forgot to tell you about him. The man who sits around all day and just wrecks my head screaming and shouting. Rex ran away as he didn't ever like being around Dave. "What has you out? Where were you?" I asked Dave. "I just had to run a few errands for your auntie. I thought I'd get them done before she was awake." "Oh, you're so good, aren't you?" I said sarcastically. "Shut up, you little shit. Go up to your room and bring that stupid dog with you. Teach her not to be smart." Dave was not a nice man at all. He always screams and tries to threaten me. My aunt always picks up for him. It's really annoying. I walked up the stairs as I didn't want to make him more mad and I couldn't listen to it. It's a Sunday after all. I walked into my room and Rex was there. "Hi, buddy," I said, and I started playing with him. We stopped playing and I decided to have a rest. It was 1 o'clock now and I woke back up. I was lying in bed and Rex was at the end of the bed, fast asleep. I said, "You have a rest there, little fella. I'm gonna go down and see my auntie back from Mass." I got up out of bed and got dressed. I walked over to the door and it was locked. "What the hell?" I said. "Why the heck is it locked?" I thought then, that fool must have locked me in for nothing. I then yelled out, "Hello, Aunt Freda, are you there?" I listened. I couldn't hear a thing. I shouted again, but there was just dead silence. "Freda can't still be at Mass, is she?" I thought. And then I realised that she's probably in her friends. She sometimes goes there after Mass. "I can't stay in this room all day, Rex." Rex just looked at me as if to say, "I'm trying to sleep. Shut up." "Ah, sleep then. I'll find a way out, Rex." I would jump out the window, but my window's way too high. I'd fall to my death. The only other way out was the door, but when I tried to kick it through, it wouldn't. It was like there's something behind it. There was no choice. I had to wait until my auntie was back and scream down to open it. I went to bed. I sat there on the bed for a few minutes. Then a few hours passed, and it was 9 o'clock. It would be handy if I had my charger, but it wasn't here. Dave must have snuck in when I was asleep and took my charger, so I couldn't ring my auntie or ask anyone for help. I don't know what my auntie sees in him. She's drugged by love. What will I do? I said to myself. I thought, and by the time I was 11, I still did not have a plan to get out. Where is my auntie? She's never out this long, and Dave's usually around the house being lazy when he's not giving out. I looked at Rex. He was wagging his tail and smiling at me. He would make your days better, no matter what. I went over and rubbed Rex and said, "Rex, you're the best friend in the world. I love you. I'm going to get us out of this room and see what the heck is going on." I looked around the room again. I couldn't see anything. I looked up and saw the attic door was in my room. Oh, lovely, Rex. We're gonna get out of here. I tell you that. I pulled my wardrobe across and got up and opened the door. Rex, you wait here. I'll be back for you. I got into the attic and looked around. The attic was huge. Where's a door I can get through? I thought. I walked down the end and voila! I seen a little door. This must lead into the kitchen, as the door is far back. I opened the door and climbed down a big ladder. There was a smell as I went down the ladder, further and further, and when I got to the bottom, I got the most horrible smell I could ever smell. What is that stench? I said to myself. I looked up, and this wasn't the kitchen. What the heck? This is the basement. I looked around the room and I seen a black bag, and I walked over to it. I opened it, and to my disgust, I found what looks like to be someone's toe. Ah! What the heck is that? I screamed. I looked over at another bag, and when I looked inside that one, I got the biggest shock of my life. My aunt didn't go to church at all. She was murdered by Dave. Ah! No! Aunt Frida! Her head was in a black bag. I nearly passed out. I was in shock. I looked around again. It was filthy. Blood all over the walls. Black bags were everywhere. Scared as hell, I ran up the basement stairs and fell through the door. I need to get Rex and get the hell out of here. Quickly, I said to myself. I ran up the stairs. I ran to my room as quick as I could. I opened the door, and as I opened the door, I couldn't believe my eyes. Rex! Rex! I said. Rex! Rex was lying there, out cold, on the bed, blood all over him. I ran over to him. I pleaded, Rex! Rex, wake up, Rex! Please, Rex! Rex, wake up! I need you right now! But Rex didn't move. His lifeless body just lying there. I sat with Rex in my arms, lifeless. I was crying. I was heartbroken. He was my bestest friend in the whole world, and he took him away from me. I sat there crying. I just couldn't believe it. And at that moment, I heard the front door opening. I crapped myself. He was back, and he would see the basement doors open. I hugged Rex and said goodbye. Tears rolled down my eyes, but I had to go. I hopped up on the door and got into the attic and shut the door after me. I listened and I could hear the stairs squeaking loudly. He was coming here now. I waited for him to appear, and when he opened the door, I could see blood all over his t-shirt. He looked into the room and said, Eddie, where are you? Rex missed you, buddy, and your auntie is looking for you. This guy will kill me if he gets his hands on me. I need to think of something. I looked around the attic and I saw a box. I walked over to it and looked and thought, this looks good. I opened the box and looked in and found a lighter. And then I looked and found a pocket knife. This must be my dad's camping gear. I haven't seen this since I was a child. I took out the pocket knife and lighter. I thought this might come in handy. I closed the box and looked around. But when I looked around, I seen Dave standing there with blood all over him, with a can of petrol in his hand. I was about to scream, but then he grabbed my throat and started choking me and pushed me against the wall. Hello, Eddie. Did you find your aunt yet? Is she still at church? Dave said. His grip got tighter and tighter. I was nearly passing out. Why weren't you in your room? I had to kill Rex because you wouldn't listen, and you were being bold. Now, you're next. I was just about to pass out, and then I kicked Dave in the balls. He dropped to the ground, and I ran towards the basement door, but it was locked. Oh no, I said. What will I do now? Then I turned, and there was Dave. Hey, are you ready to die, Eddie? Oh no, I was done for. This is the end. And then I realised I had the knife. I pulled the knife out and said, Get back! Dave looked at me and laughed. You won't use that. Now give it back to me. I pushed past Dave and ran to the other side. You can't escape, Eddie. It's over. I looked, scared as hell. What'll I do now? I seen the petrol can and I ran over to it and poured it out. Dave looked and said, I know you won't. Try me, I said. I lit the lighter up and lit the petrol and the attic went up in flames. Dave grabbed me and started choking me again. I tried to kick him off, but he was too strong. I thought, now this is definitely the end, and I was about to pass out. The attic fell through, and we fell into the next room. Ah! I screamed as we fell into the next room. I was hurt from that fall. So was Dave. I tried to get up, but Dave was too quick and started beating the hell out of me. I thought I was done for, and then I remembered the knife. At the last second, I took the knife out and stuck it in Dave's neck. Blood fell all over me. Dave's hands got looser and he fell on me. Dave was bleeding now. Dave was dead. It was over. I shoved Dave off me and got up. The house was burning and in flames, even more than I thought to myself. I had to get out of there. I ran out the room and the entire house was on fire. I went down the stairs and ran outside the front. I stood outside watching the house burn. I looked and thought of my parents and how they died in the fire. Now my aunt and my best friend ever is gone. The only good thing was Dave was dead. He was gone. I stayed there until the house was just ashes. I looked around and thought of what used to be. As I looked around, I could see something black and went over and looked at it. It was Rex's collar. I was happy I found it. I had a picture of me and him on it. That warned me. I should keep this. I remember him by it, I said while crying. Goodbye, parents. Goodbye, Freda. Goodbye, Rex. I will see all of you again sometime. And Dave, burn in hell. This is my chance, I thought. Start on my own when I'm 18 and run the family business in a few weeks. I'll leave all this behind and remember yous again. I walked off into the sunlight and left it all behind. Thank you for listening to my story. I will remember my family and what used to be and Rex. And I hope people like Dave will never ever get a chance to hurt people again. Thank you.